is Sal Fisher. My friends call me Sally Face. And I'm gonna be reading a fanfic. So, first, before that, 1 second. Just gotta make sure it's full volume. I want everyone to hear this.
4, 3, 2, fuck you.
Carso? Fuck!
This shit is ironic. Strider's beats are best suited to trolls hooked on phonics.
Carcolicious definition makes her Resi loco. She wants to know the secrets that she can't taste in my photo. Dying just to know the flavor. I ain't doing her no favors. No reasons why I tease her flesh just comes and goes like seasons. I'm Carcolicious, so delicious. All I don't do is miss this. And if you read any fanfics, all that shit is fictitious. I blow kisses, mwah. No matter if we're just more rails, trolls be lying down the veil for a chance to fill a pail.
So delicious. Super sweet, so delicious.
Yeah.
Adorable.
So, I'm just gonna read the fanfic now. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I need hulls, but I'm all out. Okay. Time to break the fourth wall. This fanfic's called The Sally Face Killer. Written by some loser named Spicy Cankery. Chapter 1. Sal had just killed his dad and Lisa. Jesus Christ! It was a bit aggressive of me. He saw Todd, whose shirt was ripped and bloody. That's not fun. Todd had scratches covering his face. Me too, Todd. Me too. And his eyes glowed red. Not me too, Todd. Not me too. He stared into the distance. Something is wrong. I blacked out in the treehouse and woke up in the temple. They had me tied down. There was something else there. I think it was the demon. They cut me and took some of my blood. It was a loud sound and I blacked out again. When I came to, they were gone. And I was untied. I don't feel right, Sal. I think I'm dying. Todd muttered, staring off. That is very not good. Jesus Christ. Sal stayed silent. Can I stop being silent now? Okay. Police sirens were soon able to be heard. Shit. Nearing the apartments. Just before the door burst open, Sal's vision blurred. Oh, woo! Oh, wow! He felt like he was falling. Oh, wow, I am falling. Just gonna fix my hair. Suddenly, everything went back. Hold on, just 1 sec. I was gonna check on the camera, but like, I have a phone for a reason. Oh. Uh-oh. Beautiful! Suddenly, everything went back to normal, except he was no longer in the apartments. Wow! He dropped the knife he was holding tightly. The knife is dropped. And looked around. What the? He questioned. He heard a burst of static and spun around to face the creature that made the noise. An impossibly tall man stood there. This is a fucking jab at my height. This is a fucking jab at my height. Is a fucker like 5'11"? Like, I know, I'm short. Don't rub it in my face. An impossibly tall man stood there. Sal looked up to see his face, only to realize he didn't have one. Like me! Sal's eyes widened, and he backed away from the faceless man. Greetings, child. I am Slenderman, the man said. Well, nice to fucking meet you, sir. Where am I? How did I get here? Why am I here? Sal frantically questioned. Calm the fuck down, bitch! Nah. Calm down, child. You're in my mansion. I brought you here. You're here to become my proxy, Slenderman explained. What's a proxy? Ow! Sal was cut off by Slenderman wrapping a tentacle around his hand. What'd my hand do to you? When Slenderman released his hand, he looked at where he felt the pain. Where did I feel the pain, though? On the back of his hand. This is where I felt pain. The back of his hand was a crossed out circle. Like that, or like X. Gotta be more specific, Spicy Cankry. That symbol means you are my proxy. Now I will teleport you to your room. Fun. I recommend you stay there until I call you back down, as I must explain that you are here to the other residents of this mansion. I fear that if one encounters you before they know you're a new resident, there will be an unfortunate accident. Fuck you mean? Sal asked, but he was too late. His vision blurred, and when it returned back to normal, he was in a bedroom. Wink. He sighed and sat on the bed, waiting for the faceless man to calm back down. Chapter 2! Sal decided to look around his room. He took his mask off, since he was alone. Placed it on his bed. He surveyed his surroundings. Next to his bed was a small table with a few drawers. He opened them. Empty, he thought. He noticed the dresser with a large mirror above it. On top of the dresser was a brush with some hair elastics. Nice, I can get my pigtails back. Why were they out in the first place? We didn't even mention them being out in the first place. Sal thought with a small grin. He went over to the mirror. After putting in one pigtail, he heard static from behind him. He looked behind himself in the mirror, thinking it was the faceless man. Instead, a TV he didn't notice before had turned on, and a head was forcing its way out of it. Sal dashed to his bed and grabbed his mask, holding it to his face. He looked around for something to protect himself and grabbed a coat hanger. One sec. This is my weapon of mass destruction. Yeah. I'm very powerful with it. You should not mess with me. Stay back! I am armed and dangerous, he yelled at the head. It looked up and Sal's eyes widened as its... No! His eyes. They were red and black, with blood dripping down from them. Sal dropped the coat hanger and his mask. What the fuck? He said, taking a step back. What the fuck is wrong with your eyes? It was a bit hypocritical of me to ask. The boy pulled himself fully out of the screen and looked at Sal. What the fuck happened to your face? The strange boy asked sarcastically. Alright, then how the fuck you get in here? Sal questioned. Through the TV, duh. He replied. Okay, what I want to know is how you got through the TV. It's not something normal humans can do. Okay, then can you leave? Sal asked. Nope. Humans aren't allowed to be here. You have to die, he said, rushing towards Sal with a maniacal grin. Smiles and shit. Meanwhile, nice cliffhanger. Clearly you were too lazy to finish that. Hey, Slendy, why are we all here? Jeff asked, twirling a knife around his fingers. I have an announcement to make, Slenderman replied. Wait. Let me guess. You're pregnant. Congratulations, who's the father? Jeff joked. Slenderman whacked him with the tentacle. Slendy is looking a bit more round in the middle, Toby said, earning him a whack from the angry entity. Who are we waiting for? Eyeless Jack said impatiently. Tim, Brian, Jay, Howie, Firebrand, the Observer, and Ben. Everyone groaned. Do we really have to wait for Howie and the Observer? They're always late. Lou complained. They're always late. Huh? The voice of the Observer came from the door where he and Howie were holding Starbucks. Jeff burst into laughter. Why the fuck did you go to that basic white bitch coffee shop? He wheezed out between laughs. I like their frappuccinos, Howie said, taking a sip of his. Slenderman sighed and shook his head. Spelling mistake! Where's Firebrand? I'm gonna stop. Where's Firebrand? He asked the Observer. I think you meant asked. He asked the Observer. Probably fucking around with Noah. He replied. Go get him! Slenderman said. The Observer groaned and disappeared, only to reappear seconds later with Firebrand. At the same time, Tim, Brian, and Jay burst through the front door, slamming it shut behind them. What's wrong? What's wrong? Lou asked. Cops. Thought I was some sally-faced guy who murdered everyone in his apartment building. Well, hey, that's me. Didn't believe me when I said I wasn't. Tim gasped, removing his mask. Why the fuck everyone removing their mask? You didn't lead them here, did you? Jeff asked. No, we lost them when we first got into the woods, Jay replied, as he and Brian also removing their masks. Why y'all even got masks if you can just remove them at any time you want? Alright, we almost have everyone. Where's Ben? Laughing Jack asked. Suddenly, a scream was heard from upstairs. That's Ben, not me. I hope. Sal ducked under the boy who went crashing into the wall. So it was me. It's a bit embarrassing. Sal grabbed the coat hanger. Yes! Return to the coat hanger! Sal grabbed the coat hanger and dashed to the other side of the room and spun around to see the boy dashing towards him again. Sal charged, aiming the hanger at the boy's neck. His eyes widened as his makeshift weapon went through the boy's neck. Fucking OP, bitch. Honestly. The boy grabbed Sal's neck, choking him. Sal dropped the hanger and tried to pull the boy off of him, but his hands went through him. What the hell are you? He choked out. The boy just grinned. Suddenly, a loud static filled the room, causing both Sal and the weird boy to fall to the ground, clutching their ears. Ben, I told you to come downstairs! The voice of Slenderman rang out. I know, but this is human. The boy, Ben, started. I brought him here. Look at his hand. Yeah, Ben, look at my fucking hand. Look at my hand, Ben. Look at my hand. Ben. Fucking loser. My name is Ben. Slenderman said, exasperated. Ugh. Ben looked at Sal's hand and saw the mark on it. I don't think there's any mark on my hand, but you know, whatever. Oh. Whoops. He said sheepishly. The static stopped, and Sal was alone in his room again. He got up slowly and gently rubbed his neck. He recoiled his hand, feeling something wet on his neck. He looked down at his hand. Fuck, that kid. Ben had sharp nails. He thought to himself, looking at his bloody hand. I feel like my hand from the first chapter would have, what the first chapter said, it would have been bloody for other reasons, but you know, whatever. Spooky wind. He looked around and found a bathroom attached to his room. Does fucking everything I need just fucking appear in my room? I wish. Found a bathroom attached to his room. He washed the blood off his hands and neck, then washed out the parts of his hair that got blood in them. He looked around and found some bandages, wrapped them gently around his neck, then went and finished putting his hair in pigtails. He grabbed his mask and fastened it back onto his face. He sat down on the bed with a sigh. Now he just had to wait.
4, 3, 2, fuck you. Listen up, y'all. This shit is ironic. Strider's beats are best suited to trolls who've got phonics.
Percolicious definition makes her Resi loco. She wants to know the secrets that she can't taste in my photo. Dying just to know the flavor. I ain't doing her no favors. No reasons why I tease her. Flush just comes and goes like this. I'm percolicious, so delicious. I don't do kisses. And if you read any fanfics, all that shit is fictitious. I blow kisses. Don't matter if we're just more rails. Trust me, lying down the veil for a chance to fill a pail.
So delicious.
Bye.